love Brazil. We're very excited.
Mentirosos.
Mentirosos.
Brazil is just the best, the most amazing fans.
To get all 4 of our liars in one place, you would have to invite them somewhere great like Brazil.
And can we come?
Yes.
I need to see if all the lies lead to me on that beach, alone.
You cannot tell anyone. Do you understand me? But not every fable ends happily. Some stories have no hero at all.
I think they're
still gonna be shocked.
Yeah.
Even if they've read the book, I think they're gonna be shocked.
I hope they're as surprised as you were.
Yeah.
That's our hope, because that's the journey of the show, and we really hope people who haven't read the book get to go on that journey.
I think it's going to break people's hearts when they see this, when they catch on. The people who haven't read the book, it's going to be really touching.
We read the book, and we knew basically what was gonna happen, but reading the script,
You're never prepared.
never prepared. It's hard to prepare for this, so
Yeah.
we were shocked. We were very sad.
Yeah.
It's almost genre bending, in the sense that you don't realize what you're watching until it happens, and you realize you're watching something that is not what you were pitched, and in the most kind of awesome way. And I think that's going to be a great surprise for everyone.
It's so hard to be surprised these days. You're just going. It'll be interesting to see how quickly you could go online and see what happens, but I hope people will try to avoid it. Like I really try hard to avoid TV spoilers so I can experience episodes.
This show is so pretty. It couldn't be better looking. It's way better looking than it ever was in my imagination.
I really want all of those fans to not hate me. So I was very dedicated to trying to make sure that all the key moments or key feelings really are present, and hopefully they are.
One thing that is difficult when you're adapting a novel about a young woman's internal emotional experience is that if you want to build a world full of an ensemble of characters, you only really know what you know about them based on what you've read in one teenager's point of view. So our biggest challenge was to make fully realized adult characters. And thankfully, Emily did us the great service of writing the prequel, Family of Liars, which gave us a look into the Sinclair sisters when they were teenagers, and gave us so much incredibly juicy, wonderful, emotional stuff to work with there.
Not to give anything away, but I think a scene where Cadance, for me at least, realizes the truth that she's been searching for, from the liars. It really all just kind of comes flooding back, all of her memories, and I think that was a really, really intense scene to film.
I'd say 2 scenes. One, emotionally draining, was pretty much most of the things in episode 8 for me, for all of us really. And physically draining was the storm sequence that we're gonna see in episode 5, which I think a bit of it is shown in the trailer too. That was just so much fun, but physically draining. It was exhausting. It was 1 week of just like swimming in the water, just pretending to be just actually screaming at each other, because they actually used like a rain tower and created an effect of a storm when we were filming that. That stuff wasn't like CGI, it was actually an effect that they created. So it was loud. We were screaming on top of our lungs. Joe had to jump in the water. I did too later when we filmed it 2 times. One was actually in the lake and one was in a tank where we shot the under the water stuff. So that was a very fun and draining experience.
Wow. The worst Sinclair daughter?
It's gotta be Penny. Should we fight about it?
I know. Obviously, a toss up.
Bess is not doing too much to really like help anything.
True.
I don't know. Her judgment's not great.
Listen, they're flawed, okay? But I don't think that they're bad. Well, I don't know who the worst is. I don't know.
Both from India. Well, from India, but born and raised in a country not India. So I guess I could relate to all the times Gat kind of spoke about his visits to India, you know? I think they become more meaningful. I think when you go back to your home country and you don't live there. So that aspect of it, I definitely sort of relate to, yeah.
I relate to Cadance's messiness, I would say. Chaoticness. Narcissism.
Just a really hateful character. I totally relate to him. You know, I actually played other characters that elicit the same response. I had people stop me on the street to tell me how much they hate me because of the characters I played. One of the things I was concerned about even taking on this role is I didn't want to take on sort of a one-dimensional character and somebody who's just easy to hate. I really wanted to have him, and it was the word I used with the creators when we met. I want him to be more complicated. I want him to be confusing, how we should feel about him. And that's what we tried to do over the course of telling the story.
Well, he's a lot more smilier and upbeat and positive, and he does not give in easily to being provoked. So I would say I am far more reactionary than Ed. What are we alike?
You're charming.
Oh, thank you, David.
You're good at heart.
And I'm good at heart. It's true.
And you're handsome.
And thank you. I would definitely suffer for the people I care about, and that's what Ed is doing. Ed is definitely doing what he has to do because he loves Carrie.
It's a delight to be working with Julie again and to finally actually be working with Carina in full form. She was a writer on the originals, and so it's truly a dream come true.
When I started working on the originals, I had never set foot in a TV writer's room before. So I was there to learn all the way through the process. And this was an opportunity to work alongside Julie as partners. Everything that I know about TV that is good, I learned from her. And so this was a really cool experience for us, I think. We're very different. We don't necessarily agree on everything, but we really respect each other. And challenge each other sometimes.
Yeah, no, we're a good yin and yang. I'm very deliberately careless with the way I approach everything, in that I just kind of sit down and try to write it in a frenzy and write by feel and vibe and deadlines and chaos, whereas Carina is just a meticulously thoughtful, very studied writer. She really sees the words in Emily's novel specifically as sacred, and I'm more like, it's too long, cut the scene, and so that's where our little battles would come out, and the end result of all of it was always the best version of the scene. I would like to use that later. That is a great question and a great
Candice said, we were on a panel, and Candice said that Bess Sinclair is like Caroline, but with more bite. Oh. And I thought that was, I won't steal it from her, but I thought it was really well said. I think the Sinclair sisters are more vicious than a lot of those vampires.
Yeah.
You know what? It depends on which vampires. I hear that the ones on the originals were a little bit more, might be on par with the Sinclairs.
Yes, I don't think Damon Salvatore could stand a chance against the Sinclair sisters, if I'm being honest.
No, Damon Salvatore will hurt your neck, and the Sinclairs will hurt your feelings, and one is worse.
The Sinclair family. Yeah, they're like old money. I mean, there's some old money on Gossip Girl, but they have old time secrets that go back decades and decades and decades. Lifetimes of secrets. So, this season hasn't even touched the surface of all the secrets that the Sinclair families are hiding.
Yeah, that's true.
Yes, I do. Brazil is just the best. I mean, I said this I'm not just saying this because you're on here, but truly like the most amazing fans and supportive. So yeah, we love Brazil so much. But yeah, I got so many messages. They're keeping up. They're really excited. Some of the Brazilian fans. So I hope that we do justice to the book.
Oh, I have not been to Brazil, and I would like to be invited because I know that there are a lot of Vampire Diaries fans in Brazil from all my days on Twitter.
I did a book tour in Brazil a little while ago, and it was magical.
I did get to go out and listen to some live music and just the dancing, and it was just so lively. I went to a wedding while I was there, and I wasn't even like meant to go to a wedding.
You crashed it?
You know what?
Okay,
or
Jimmy,
I
stop
just
it. Crashing
I suddenly found myself at a wedding in like some big castle place. It was the most like lively and just energetic. Those are the things that come to mind when I think of my time in Brazil.
One of the amazing things about our cast is that for two of them, for Shub and Jojo, this is their first like really big thing that they're doing. So this is going to be their very first experience with a fandom. And
I would say take it easy on them, Brazilian ladies and Brazilian boys.
Be gentle with them.
Be gentle with our babies.
Also, we have a really international cast. Shubham is based in Dubai, and Joe is based in Australia. And so to get all four of our liars in one place, you would have to invite them somewhere great like Brazil.
No, do you?
Oh, I do.
Yes, you know it?
Mentirosos.
Mentirosos.
Mentirosos. Well, I'm not going to pronounce it right, but I
Will you say it?
Mentirosos. It's the hardest language.
Perfect.
Can you say it one more time?
Mentirosos. Mentirosos. Oh, okay, there you go.
Mentirosos.
Yeah.
Mentirosos.
That's perfect.
Thank you for teaching us that.
Mentirosos. Roses.
And
What does that translate as?
liars.
Just liars.
Yeah, just liars.
Oh, that's good. That's good.
Mentirosos. Okay.
I think it would be really good for them to get off Beechwood and go to Brazil.
Well, they wouldn't be so pale-skinned.
What's the drink? A Cipriana or Capriana?
Caipirinha.
Caipirinha, yeah. Instead of rosé, they'd be drinking caipirinhas, and instead of oysters, it would be the little bread that has the cheesy bit in the middle.
Yeah, pão de queijo.
Those. I love them.
They would probably be on a yacht,
Yeah.
and they would probably like
Have an amazing time with the
smoke
Brazilian people.
too much weed and pass out, or like end up, somewhere they shouldn't be, and
Have an amazing time.
but have an amazing time.
Yeah.
And talk about it later. Yeah.
I think Bess would rock a very skimpy halter top and fit right in on the beaches. I think she would do great. I think that poor Carrie would have a hard time staying home and not joining in on the
not
fun.
going to party. I think we would lose Johnny entirely. Johnny
Yes.
would be gone.
I think Johnny would take all the teenagers up to the top of Sugarloaf, and then they would be drinking tequila drinks up there, and the grown-ups would have no idea where they were.
Party, yeah.
We'd go back home with a lot of nice stories.
Yeah.
Yeah,
From what we
and-
can remember.
I'd hear lindo a lot, right? That's isn't that Portuguese for beautiful?
Yeah, linda.
Yeah, I knew that from social media. Linda, yeah, they'd hear that a lot probably.
Are you inviting them, and can we come?
Yes.
I would bring Gat.
I'll bring
because
Cadance.
I think Gat, if it was in regard to the characters,
Yeah.
is the one who is actually interested in culture and exploring new places and traveling the world.
And with Cadance.
And with Gat.
Yeah.
So I think that we'd have like a great time, and he would have an amazing itinerary
Yeah.
to see all of the
I feel like
places.
Cadance would go a bit crazy. Gat would be like the sobered guy taking care of her, making sure she doesn't pass out anywhere.
Yeah,
I can see that.
100%. Yeah.
I can see that.
Song of the summer.
I like the new Haim.
Oh gosh, it's so good.
Take me back. Take me back.
I love Haim, and I love. I'm about to go to Cowboy Carter in a couple weeks, so I'm very happy.
bragging.
I know, and I'm studying up so I can be prepared for each song during the shower.
I'm listening to a lot of little kid music because I have a small child, so that's where I'm at for the summer. Yeah. We're gonna go. Well, I'm gonna go, and I'm gonna bring my sisters with me. We'd all like to play Harris and be in charge for an afternoon.
I'd play Harris.
Really?
Yeah. Because I always play good guys.
Oh, true. Yeah.
I'd love to. I mean, it wouldn't be half as good, but I'd love to try. Yeah.
I'd play Gat.
Yeah.
He gets a complicated story, and he gets to fall in love with Emily, with Cadance.
You're gonna have to spend a lot of time with your shirt off, though.
With my what?
Because I feel like Shub was almost always in swimwear. I was like, thank God that's not my character.
No, okay, I take it back. I don't want to be running around in my bathing suit.
Tipper.
You want to be Tipper?
Yeah, I'm an inside person. I'll bake.
I'm trying to think of who has the best clothes. I think Bess again. Bess wins again.
Oh, I'd like to play Mirren. I'm much too old, but I would enjoy it very much.
Yeah. Yes.
That's the plan, right?
That is the plan. They've actually already written the scripts from that book. So we're all ready to go. We just need to get the okay. And I think we'd all be very excited about getting to do that season.
That would be so much fun. In the 90s?
Yeah.
Like teens on an island without phones and like the clothes and the soundtrack.
Yeah.
And then we could go back to Nova Scotia.
Yeah,
and
all good things.
Yes.
That is the goal. So if all the Brazilians watch it, I think we'll be set up for success.